Hi, and welcome to this episode of Theo's Talk Show. Today we're going to talk about the conflict between North Korea, South Korea, and the US. Today's guests are Kim Jae-sai, a North Korean, Sarah Braxton, an American, and Lee Gong-bo, a North Korean. So, tell me something about yourself.
My name is, as you said, Kim Jong-bo, and I live in the officially greatest and most democratic country in the world, and that is the word of my eternal leader, Kim Il-sung, because that cannot be argued against.
So, you seem to really like the country. What's so good about it?
Well, we have, of course, our beautiful leader, who cares about us all, about all of his people, and we have very beautiful and tall mountains and many valleys. So it's a very beautiful country.
What about you, Sarah?
Yeah, well, I'm Sarah Braxton. I live in Appalachia, Alabama, on a farm/ranch with my mom and dad. I help out during the harvest sometimes.
Okay, and what kind of crops do you grow in the farm?
Well, we mostly grow corn to sell, but we also grow some hay for cattle. And some years we switch the soil up with some soybeans instead.
Okay, and what about you, Kim?
I'm Kim Jae-sai. I live with my family close to the border, and I own a company close to Kaesong Industrial Region.
Okay, alright, let's do a recap of this situation. The United Nations tightened their sanctions against North Korea because of a nuclear test. As a response of this, the annual US and South Korean military exercise, North Korea cancelled the truce in 1953, officially declaring war. This meant that the US, North and South Korea raised their military readiness. Threats of nuclear attacks came from both the US and North Korea. North Korea also decided to close the borders, shutting out South Korean companies in the industrial area Kaesong, leaving thousands of North Koreans unemployed. And it's in this area your company is stationed. Kim, how has this affected you?
During these 5 months, it's been a fight for survival. We haven't been able to produce any products or making any money, but it has been reopened, so we are finally looking brighter.
Okay, and Lee, why do you think North Korea shut down the border?
Well, by shutting down the borders, we show that we are a strong and independent country and don't have to rely on anybody. And it was of course a reaction to this act of war by South Korea and the US.
That's not right at all. It was merely an annual exercise for the military. We've been doing this for years. It was your leader who decided to declare this as war.
Well, I'm just gonna ask, do you really think we can win a war against the US?
Well, because of our leader. Our leader says so, and he cannot lie, so yes, we will crush the US before they had a chance to respond.
Okay, this is all very exciting. But right now we're going to take a commercial break. See you all soon. Okay, hi and welcome back to Theo's Talk Show. We're now going to continue our discussion. Sarah, you seem to think it's amusing that North Korea will wage war against the US. Why?
Well, mostly because the US is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, military forces in the world, and we're also supported by the UN. And in comparison, North Korea has a rather small military force. There's also the fact that if China wouldn't support them, they probably wouldn't even remain in the country. And besides that, they're really communists.
China will always support us, because if they don't, we will bomb.
But what if China won't support North Korea if it comes to war?
Well, China's only role in a war would actually be to ensure North Korea's victory. If they wouldn't be on our side, we would still win, but we would actually have to try.
So, personally, you're in for a war?
Well, of course, it would be a perfect time for us to prove our excellence as a nation.
Okay, and Sarah and Kim, what's your stance on this?
Well, personally, I'm a little bit pro-war, just because certain idiots have to realize that they're wrong, and all communists should learn and tell. But I'm also quite a lot against it because it wouldn't really be beneficial for anyone, and everyone would come out on the losing end.
I'm definitely against a war because that will leave me, my family, and thousands of North Koreans unemployed. But I'm pro-war because of the same reason as Sarah.
Okay, thank you all for this episode. We will return to this topic in a few weeks to see how the situation has developed. And with that, this week's of Theo's Talk Show is over. And this episode was sponsored by Old Spice.
Old Spice.